A Clovis man is sentenced for threatening to shoot a woman and her family.
Wind advisories in effect till tomorrow. Stay tuned.
And we have an update from a story we covered yesterday. All of that and more right now.
This is News 3 New Mexico, your local source for news, sports, and first weather.
Back to the very first Thursday broadcast of News 3 New Mexico. I'm Erica Cook.
And I'm Alyssa Munoz. Thank you so much for watching.
A Clovis man who made threats to shoot a woman's entire family was sentenced to 6 years behind bars. 20-year-old Dominic Senna made the threats in November of 2025 to a 19-year-old and her family, telling them that he would show up at their house with others and shoot the individuals inside. Police went through the messages sent by Senna to the 19-year-old and noticed that he had claimed that he had multiple other weapons. Officers took the situation seriously due to his lengthy criminal history that includes multiple car-checking attempts as well as fleeing from police.
We have an update on yesterday's story about a domestic dispute in Tejadas that left one child dead and another child and mother in critical condition. The Bernalillos County Sheriff's Office responded to multiple calls about gunshots being heard at 768 New Mexico, 333 at around 1:18 a.m. When deputies arrived, they found a man now identified as 41-year-old Luis Sanchez with a gun. Sanchez was promptly tased and arrested. A 4-year-old boy was pronounced dead at the scene, and a woman and 1-year-old boy were rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Sanchez now faces charges of intentional child abuse resulting in death, child abuse with great bodily harm, aggravated battery on a household member with great bodily harm, and tampering with evidence. The investigation is still going.
A brand new art installation located on Central in Albuquerque has been vandalized right before its planned unveiling date. Rob Vanderslice, the artist that made the sculpture, received a photo of his art covered in graffiti. The sculpture is the final installation of the Route 66 Remix project. The sculpture was planned to be unveiled on Tuesday, however, the high winds in the area postponed it. Vanderslice has been very open about how the situation has upset him and hopes that the culprit comes forward and takes responsibility for what they did.
You guys seen all that wind that's going on today?
Absolutely despise it. My allergies are out of control.
It's so horrible.
I believe it. There's a couple fires as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We'll take a look at the fire map, or the wind map here, and the fires going on. There's currently a fire up here. It is a Smith fire. It's 75% contained. It's in Harding County. There's also a fire in this region. It's called the Lavender Fire. It's currently done 10,000 acres worth of fire damage, and it is 20% contained. But please keep an eye out keep an eye out for fire and for the wind. It is bad right now. As you can see, we are all under a fire warning right now. So keep an eye out for that and stay tuned. But I'll give you more of my full weather. We're going back to the desk right now.
Thank you, Kat. Yesterday afternoon, a New Mexico EMT was stabbed by a patient that they were administering care to. The HIA Regional Medical Center EMS personnel responded to a call from 35-year-old Kel Avina. He was evaluated at his home, but needed to be transported to the hospital for further care. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, on the way to the medical center, Avinas entered into a physical altercation with an EMT and ended up stabbing them while in the back of a moving ambulance. After pulling over, the driver began to administer aid to their partner. The driver managed to lock Avina in the ambulance and ran for help. Multiple deputies arrived on scene and arrested Avina. He is now facing charges of aggravated battery on healthcare worker, aggravated assault upon a healthcare worker, and 2 counts of tampering with evidence.
A former Christian school teacher who was accused of sexual assault has been denied his release for his trial. Judge Clara Moran ruled that 67-year-old Kelly McKirchen, who is accused of sexually assaulting his former students as well as patronizing prostitutes, will stay in jail throughout his trial. In July of 2025, Judge Moran and state prosecutors agreed that McKirchen posed a potential risk to the public and ordered that he remain behind bars. In December, his legal team asked the court to reconsider and attempted to diminish the credibility of witness testimonies. However, on Monday, Judge Moran ruled against the defendant, claiming witness credibility is for the jury to decide on. On top of his charges, McKirchen also has 2 lawsuits with his name on them.
Police arrested a man on Sunday after he was shot during attempted burglary near Nob Hill in Albuquerque. 37-year-old Joseph Montoya is accused of breaking into Cardboard Collectors, a sports cards store, 2 separate times, according to APD. A nearby business owner heard the second break-in around 5:30 a.m. and shot the suspect. Another suspect allegedly took the gun and fled the scene with the man who was shot. About an hour later, officers were called to the UNM hospital to investigate a man who claimed he was shot while walking in Northeast Albuquerque. After APD suspected Montoya as the Nob Hill burglar, they obtained a search warrant on his home and allegedly found 10 bags of sports cards and Pokemon cards, believed to be worth thousands. They also found a bloody shirt, burglary tools, and the gun. Montoya was then arrested and is now facing charges of aggravated burglary, larceny over $2,500, larceny of a firearm, tampering with evidence, conspiracy to commit aggravated burglary, and criminal damage less than $1,000. The store owner that shot Montoya is now facing any charges.
Coming up after the break, Caitlin will have her full weather report.
But first, let's take a look at today's financial market.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Cook, and let's take a look at today's weather. Unfortunately, with those fire warnings we're getting, we are not getting very much moisture here in New Mexico. Here's another look at that. We're getting it closer up in the north, but unfortunately not down here where we have that warning. We're gonna take one more look at it. This is where our fire warning is sitting. Unfortunately, we've got a couple fires, but they are being contained. Today's current temperatures. We're staying in the 50s where we're at, 52 in Portales, 51 in Clovis, and then we are 62 in Lubbock, 55 in Amarillo, 71 in Midland. Further up in the north, we are 36 in Farmington and 36 in Gallup. They're pretty cold, they're gonna freeze tonight. 37 in Santa Fe, 43 in Albuquerque, 48 in Socorro, 55 in TRC, and 50 in Silver City. Tonight's lows, all of us are gonna freeze a little bit tonight. 27 in Portales, 24 in Clovis, 32 in Lubbock, 40 in Midland, 35 in Hobbs, 21 in Amarillo, and 20 up there in 16 in Farmington, 10 in Gallup, 20 in Santa Fe, 26 in Albuquerque, 27 in Socorro, 29 in TRC, and 25 in Silver City. We're going to be 58 in Tucumcari, 59 in Clovis tomorrow, 62 in Portales tomorrow, 68 in Hobbs, 74 in Midland, 66 in Lubbock, 53 in Amarillo. We're going to be 38 in Farmington and 38 in Gallup tomorrow. For tomorrow night's lows, they're trying to figure it out themselves. We are going to be in the 30s tomorrow. We're going to be 38 tomorrow in Portales, 36 tomorrow in Clovis, 45 tomorrow in Lubbock, 38 tomorrow in Amarillo, and 50 in Midland. We are going to still be freezing up north. We're going to be 20 in Farmington and 15 in Gallup. For our 7-day forecast, we're going to stay in the 60s for a little while, drop into the 50s, and then go up into the 80s in Roswell this week. Tucumcari, we're going to be 58 tomorrow, 53 on Saturday, 61 on Sunday, and then we're going to go 60s and jump into the 80s for the rest of the week, and be in the low 20s and jump into the 50s for the nights. Carlsbad, we're going to be 71, dip into the 60s, jump back up into 90 on Wednesday, and down into 83 on Thursday. We're going to stay in the 30s for the lows for most of it, and then jump into the 50s at the end of the week for our lows. Portales, we're going to be in the 60s, go into the 50s tomorrow, jump back into the 60s with 81 on Tuesday, 82 on Wednesday, and 77 on Thursday, with our lows of 20s, jumping into 55 between Tuesday and Wednesday, and dropping into 46 after that. Anyway, do you guys like those temps? Because I don't like those temps.
I do not. I'm also not looking forward to the fire warning.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
It is a little bit, but it looks like it's going to get under control tomorrow around 5 p.m.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's all for our full weather report. Catch us back here for our full sports report with Owen.
Welcome back, sports fans. I'm Owen Gieser. Let's take a look at the sports world today. Last weekend, we had a barn burner of a game between the Eastern New Mexico's men's basketball team and the UT Dallas Comets. As you can see here, you see Austin Abrams get a nice block against UT Dallas, and as they come up, Mo Austin bails himself out and gives it to Abrams, who steps back and drains a three from the three-point line. Now we have Trayvon Bird after a rebound, beating the two-man block, coming through and celebrating with a little dance afterwards. Right after that, we have Trayvon Bird throwing the ball around, giving it to Mo, shooting it back out to Austin Abrams, who takes it down by himself with a nice 360 right into a bucket. Back again, Mo Austin's gonna hand the ball off to Alex Alfaro, who gets a wide open three and drains it. Trayvon Bird tries to get the layup, gets blocked, and Jose Murillo comes and cleans it right up with a dunk. Now Mo Austin hands it off to Kobe, who drains that three from the corner. Next up, we also have Alex Alfaro giving it to Austin, who finds Mo Austin right down there, who gets the nice layup. And then finally, to end off the match, Jose Murillo puts an exclamation point on the game as they beat the UT Dallas Comets. So for example, we have Austin Abrams dropped 20 points. Trayvon Bird dropped 18 points with 3 rebounds for the night. Mo Austin, 21 points with 11 from the free throw line. Jose Maria wasn't as effective as he was last night, as he's been before, only dropping 17 points, but he was 6 out of 11, so still pretty efficient. Kobe Smith dropped 6, Alex Alfaro with 5. The game ended 97-87. The Greyhounds are now on the road today playing Texas A&M International at 6:30, so tune into that game after you finish watching us. Now moving on to the Olympics, the U.S. women's ice hockey team has won the gold over the Canadians today. It looked like a Canadian victory until 3 minutes before the match ended, when Hillary Knight scored a last-minute goal, forcing a 3-versus-3 overtime. Finally, 4 minutes into the OT, Megan Keller managed to get past the Canadian defense, giving the U.S. its 3rd gold medal in this event. The U.S. is now tied with Italy with 9 gold medals and only trails Norway's 16 gold medals. Now for New Mexico MMA, the regular season for MMA basketball has ended, so many schools are prepping for district tournaments today. Texaco's men's team is ranked number 1 in 2A and has led a dominant 23-2 record this season. They're playing the Chow Panthers tomorrow. The females for Texaco are ranked 3rd in the state, however, and are playing before the men's team tomorrow. Both the boys and girls Portales High School Rams are currently ranked number 10 in 4A. The men are scheduled to play Goddard on the 24th, while the girls' team has already won their game against Lovington, 60-52. Clovis is ranked number 18th in 5A, while the women are ranked a respectable 14th, with a game against the Roswell Coyotes tomorrow for both of them. The schedule for the playoffs have not been released yet, but we will tell you as soon as they come out. You can expect Channel 3 News to report it. If you can't make the trip to watch any of these games but want to stay up to date, please check out nmact.org. After an explosive football season, both on the college and professional level, the Combine is slated to begin soon. There will be over 300 athletes making the trip to Indianapolis to make a name for themselves before the draft. Big names like Vanderbilt's Diego Pavia, Baron Morton from Texas Tech, and national champion Fernando Mendoza will attend the Combine. The Combine will go from the 23rd of February through the 2nd of March. If you want to see the new faces of the NFL, make sure to tune in. That's all the sports I have for you today. Don't turn off the TV because we got more news after this break.
Welcome back. If you are in the mood for some great music, you're in luck. There are plenty of concerts coming up in the Buchanan Hall at Eastern New Mexico University. At 7 p.m. tonight, there is the Swanee Singers and Jazz Ensemble concert. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. is the starting time of the Single Read Celebration featuring Dr. Alan Cordingley and Dr. Corey Mackey. On Saturday at 3 p.m., there will be the Single Read Celebration of the Regional Educators Concert featuring music teachers and students throughout Eastern New Mexico region, followed by the closing concert at 4 p.m. with Dr. Cordingley, Dr. Mackey, and the Festival Clarinet and Saxophone Choir. Once again, all of these concerts will be held at Buchanan Hall, located on campus.
This past weekend, schools all across New Mexico were definitely feeling the love at the 76th Annual New Mexico Association of Student Councils State Conference. This year's theme was Groove into Leadership, where students could feel the spirit of 1976, hosted by Los Lunas High School in Los Lunas, New Mexico. From February 12th to 15th, high schools and middle schools all over the state showed off their school pride through competitions such as scrapbook, roll call, banner, and project of the year. They built leadership skills and collaborated to improve their school's campus community. Las Lunas High reported that 106 schools were present at the conference that weekend, and their campus held around 1,700 students. They've been planning this event for over a year. Student Council Advisor Andrea Tenorio said the students' favorite part was seeing everything come together, such as decorations when they were done setting up, but most importantly, the students. Seeing schools interact with other schools from different parts of New Mexico was such a rewarding experience. These students worked hard, but even though it was Las Lunas Student Council behind the scenes, they couldn't have done it without their community on and off campus.
A 56-year-old man was killed and 5 others injured on Monday after a speeding SUV crashed into the concrete pillar in Amarillo. According to police, a 17-year-old was behind the wheel of a 2017 Ford SUV and was traveling at a high rate of speed. The SUV lost control and crashed into the wall of an underpass and then a concrete pillar. 56-year-old Carlos Cacao was in the rear passenger seat of the vehicle and died at the scene due to injuries. There were 5 other people in the vehicle who all sustained injuries ranging from minor to life-threatening. Police have stated that both the speed of the vehicle and alcohol are factors in the crash.
Are you looking for something fun to do with the whole family? Eastern New Mexico University's Department of Theater and Digital Filmmaking is proud to present The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson musical. Based off the book series, it tells the story of a boy who learns he's a demigod and embarks on a quest to find Zeus's missing lightning bolt, and, in the process, learning about the importance of friendship and family. According to the director, Clara Kudin, the cast and crew have been hard at work practicing sword fighting, puppetry, alongside the song and dance to create the magical world of the play. Whether you love the books or have never read them, this show has something fun for everyone. The production opens February 26th and will run until March on the main stage of the University Theater Center. Pricing is $10 for general admission, free for ENMU students with a current ID, and $7 for seniors, active duty military, and current ENMU faculty and staff.
Coming up after this break, we will see who the pet of the day is.
And take one last look at the weather, so make sure to stay tuned in.